Thanks for your time today, Josh. It's good to get to sit down and talk to you. I'd like to congratulate you on the launch of JTech Sporting Clays Club websites and get to hear a little bit more from you about what the vision behind the product offering is and what you hope it accomplishes for clubs.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thanks for talking to me. The vision behind the product offering is really to continue to improve the sporting clays industry. We built Score Chaser for Casey, and thanks to Casey for partnering with us on this project. And we've really have loved getting so deeply involved with the sport from that perspective, and continue to work with her on future versions of Score Chaser. This product offering is designed to really help sporting clays clubs to make their websites better, to increase user engagement, and significantly to reduce the amount of labor involved in both maintaining the website, but more importantly, just maintaining a sporting clays club. So we're really hoping that it becomes an extremely valuable tool for sporting clays clubs to improve their business in multiple ways.
That's awesome. That sounds really exciting. I get the impression that many clubs are still running on older web platforms or clunky, inefficient websites. What do you think some of the biggest challenges are facing clubs, specifically managers of clubs today?
Yeah, they are. Our research showed that people are on old platforms, canned systems that are just really laborious. And so I don't want to say that their sites aren't of benefit, because of course your website is your business online. It's your business to anyone who's not physically at your business. So they're very important. But because they are what they are, the way they're constructed, they're very laborious to maintain, and you're limited in what you can really do with them. And so the net effect is having that site costs even more staff time, more volunteer time than not having that. These new sites are built with a whole list of check boxes of things that are included that are really critical for search engines, for accessibility, for a whole number of reasons that are behind the scenes. They're built to be incredibly easy to maintain. Most importantly, they're built to help reduce the labor involved in running a sporting clay clubs. And so you'd ask what some of the biggest challenges are, faced for operations in a club. And one of the first ones we're really seeing are that clubs keep coming to us and saying, help me with my membership renewals. That membership management and membership renewals, new members joining, all of that is incredibly manual and laborious. And so one of the bundles that you can get with a JTech Sporting Clay Club site is a membership management bundle that includes automatic membership renewal. So people can put a credit card on file, and it will just automatically notify them that their club membership's being renewed. It'll take their money, send them a receipt. The money just shows up in the club account. New members can
Wow.
join directly through the website and pay when they join. And so it's a dramatic change from having this super laborious process to something that actually alleviates a tremendous amount of labor. And there's more too. That's the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, that sounds phenomenal, especially being one of the largest pain points from your experience that's plaguing these clubs. You did mention some of the other challenges as well. How does JTech's platform address some of the other operational challenges that some of these clubs are facing?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have built a custom content management system that our customers that are free to use in order to manage their site. And because we're not using a canned blogging platform like WordPress or, these sort of pseudo technical packages that allow pseudo technical people, marketing agencies to deploy websites quickly, then are difficult to maintain. Instead, our custom built sites are built in a way that they're purpose built. So the databases behind the scenes, and we'll try not to get too technical, but the database behind the scenes are built for their purpose, not a huge series of abstractions. What that means is it's incredibly intuitive and obvious to use my JTech to add content. So to add something to the calendar, you literally click, go to that section, click in my JTech, click new, input the data, put a full description, drag and drop photos in there, do all the things you need to do to represent the event. Hit save, and your website changes. The calendar changes. There's a new detail page about the event. It's all just incredibly easy. There's no plugins to manage, no system updates that break your site. All those pitfalls have been removed.
You've mentioned that there's integration with ScoreChaser's platform, and we know that ScoreChaser is a revolutionary offering in the sporting clays industry and the sport. How do you feel that the integration with ScoreChaser fits into the larger picture of what these websites offer sporting clays clubs beyond what JTech's technology and platform is giving them?
I think it's really going to be huge for clubs. In our research, I'm not sure I identified a single club that was hosting detailed information about their upcoming tournaments. I didn't see detailed scoring information after their tournaments. I didn't see anything, beyond that. And so with ScoreChaser integration, all of that comes along for free. If you're a ScoreChaser customer and you build out your tournaments in ScoreChaser and you have this website product through JTech, then automatically your upcoming tournaments will be represented on your site. They'll be featured on your homepage. Your upcoming tournaments will be automatically listed in your calendar. People can click from anywhere it's listed and go to full details about the tournament. All the data, the rich data that you spent the time to build out in ScoreChaser is just available natively on your site. And then it ties directly in with registration, and away you go. Instead of having to send people away from your website to really learn about your tournaments and to register, you can just do it right on your site, which is, in your business. You want to keep people in there. You want people to engage in your website so you can cross promote, so that Google sees that traffic and lists you higher. There's the ideas go on and on. Additionally, we're doing some fun things. So we're promoting upcoming tournaments. We're posting scores from past tournaments, and we're going to build a new club leaderboard feature that we're super excited about. It'll be a bundle that will it'll cross compare your club membership with ScoreChaser shooters in your tournaments, or in tournaments, sorry. So the idea is that, your members who are shooting in tournaments, most of them are going to have an NSCA ID, and we can use that to key off of so that we know which NSCAA members are members of your club. And then we can have a club leaderboard that shows just club members and their relative rank. So you can see who's the best shooter, the best shooter in the club, given their performance in tournaments. And it can, we have to figure out all the details yet, but it can honor, it could potentially honor, concurrence and all of the other things, so that it's this really representative, fun. The idea is that it's super fun,
Yeah.
friendly competition, right, between club members. And so you can see like who's currently the best shooter, and then you can, go off and participate in tournaments, and then you have this localized metagame of a leaderboard. Should be a ton of fun.
Yeah, I feel like nothing boosts in it. And this isn't just in sporting clays, but really anything. Nothing boosts engagement like friendly competition and trying to do better, especially if you know the person personally.
Totally. It's also super fun because, I've belonged to my local shooting club here. They don't have a sporting clays course, but they have ranges of all, kinds, from black powder and to, long light rifle ranges to pistol ranges and skeet and things like that. And and I live in a small town in Montana, and I probably know many, if not most, of the other members of the club. But unless I ran into them while I was out there, I don't know. I don't know who the club members are. I'm not
Right.
super involved in the events. I just go and use the range and have a great time. And maybe I see someone I know I'm out there. But it'd be really fun to see a leaderboard like that. It encourages participation in tournaments. It allows you to see who else is out there competing in sporting clays. Um, and you probably know some of them.
Yeah, that's awesome. Almost facilitates a sense of camaraderie, even community.
Exactly.
Well, that's really exciting. Looking ahead, what impact do you hope that the product will have on the clays industry at large, and how does JTech plan to continue innovating for clubs moving forward?
It's a great question because I think, Score Chaser and Casey really is driving the industry forward in so many positive ways. And we can do our part besides continuing to, support her with Score Chaser. We can do our part by helping clubs to just increase engagement, to make it more accessible to people so people can see their local club, find their local club, join their local club, maintain their membership. A quick anecdote that I keep repeating because I think it's just so applicable is that I talked about my membership in my local shooting range here, and I'm super inconsistent because I just don't shoot enough. And they have this super antiquated system where if you don't, you renew January 1 every year and it expires December 31st every year. And it doesn't matter when you buy it. If you buy it on December 30th, you pay for a year and it lasts one day. Um, and it's manual. You have to go to the sporting goods store in town and buy it. And it's just this hassle. When I want to go shooting, I don't have it. So I have to, and I actually kind of live near the range. So I have to drive into town to go update my membership. And instead, and then I let it lapse, and then I rejoin. But that's money on the table. And so, um, automated renewals. If my local shooting range had automated renewals, they'd get my money every year, 100% of the 100% uptime. They'd always have my money, and I'd be happier for it.
That
Um,
sounds like a win-win situation.
as far as the future is, I really do see this. These are plans that aren't even quite on the drawing board yet, but just to speculate about where I see this potentially going is really having a complete club management, so member management, a member portal. We have with the member module right now, or member bundle, we have a real thin portal where members can log in to change their payment method and things like that. But I could see that becoming increasingly robust over time, so that members there is a sense of community back there, and who knows what's in there. But increasing just that engagement for your club members, continuing to integrate with Score Chaser in any way we can think of. I have some ideas already that I won't even talk about, but that are just exciting stuff that just makes your site richer and more robust and more useful to everyone for nothing because you're already doing all the work is being done at Score Chaser, and so all of that just is gravy. It's just embedded into your site natively, and it just benefits everyone. So I really hope to help bring Sporting Clays clubs websites into modern times. And in doing so, I particularly want to help them find ways to reduce the repetitive and laborious processes that are involved in running a club.
That sounds excellent. It sounds like you've already made excellent progress toward that end. And it would even seem that you've alluded to some exciting things on the horizon. Well, thank you for your time today, Josh. It's been great getting to sit down and talk to you about the Sporting Clays Club's website packages that JTech is rolling out with, and just getting your thoughts on the industry at large.
Yeah, thank you, Chris. I'm super excited about a deeper involvement with Sporting Clays, the sport and the industry, and building websites is how we got started in 1997. And then we do everything from websites to apps, as obviously because that's how we're known in this industry is through Score Chasers. So I'm excited to work with clubs to really help them and help the industry.
That's awesome. That's really great. Be excited to see what we come out with in the future.
Yeah, me too. It's exciting stuff.
Great. Well, thanks for your time today, Josh.
Absolutely.